Ilara lived in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills. She was known for her insatiable curiosity. Ancient texts and forgotten lore fascinated her. The villagers often saw her with her head buried in a weathered book. She sought knowledge in every corner of their world.
I spent countless hours in the village library. It was a small building, but it held a universe of stories. I devoured tales of valiant knights and mystical creatures. I yearned for adventure, but more importantly, I craved true understanding. I believed wisdom held the key to a life of purpose.
One day, while exploring the library's deepest shelves, she stumbled upon an ancient tome. The leather cover was worn smooth with time, its pages filled with faded ink and strange diagrams. Ilara felt a thrill course through her as she opened the book.
It spoke of a legend, whispered through generations. It was the legend of the Heart of Eternity.
The book described the heart as an artifact of immense power. It was said to grant unparalleled wisdom to its possessor. Ilara was captivated. The legend resonated deep within her soul. She knew she had to learn more. This was the start of her true quest for knowledge. The ancient tome offered cryptic clues about the Heart of Eternity. It spoke of a hidden grove deep within the Whisperwood, a forest wreathed in mystery and legend. The book hinted at perilous trials and mystical guardians protecting the artifact. Ilara felt a mix of apprehension and excitement.
This was a journey fraught with danger, but the potential reward was too great to ignore.
She spent days poring over the book. She memorized the cryptic verses and sketched the strange symbols. She knew she had to prepare herself. This was more than just a journey for knowledge. It was a quest for wisdom. It was a path that could lead her to a deeper understanding of herself and the world around her.
I gathered my meager belongings. I packed a worn satchel with provisions, my most treasured books, and a sturdy walking stick.
She knew her decision to leave would be met with mixed reactions.
Ilara, your thirst for knowledge is admirable. I believe in you.
Ilara, the Whisperwood is dangerous. Please be careful.
Ilara bid farewell to her village, her heart filled with a mix of trepidation and excitement. She knew the path ahead would be fraught with challenges, but she was determined to face them, driven by her unwavering thirst for true wisdom. She believed that the journey itself would teach her as much as any destination. The Whisperwood loomed before Ilara, a wall of ancient trees and dappled shadows. The air hung heavy with the scent of pine and damp earth. She took a deep breath, steeling herself for the journey ahead. The forest felt both alluring and ominous, a place of secrets whispered on the wind.
I followed the cryptic instructions in the ancient tome. It spoke of following the path of the setting sun, of heeding the whispers of the wind, and of trusting my intuition.
Ilara walked with a determined stride, her heart pounded with anticipation, her senses alert to every rustle of leaves and every chirp of a hidden bird. Days turned into nights as she delved deeper into the Whisperwood. The trees grew taller, their branches intertwining overhead to create a canopy that filtered out the sunlight. Strange and wondrous creatures crossed her path. Elusive sprites flitted through the undergrowth. A wise old owl observed her with knowing eyes.
The forest tested my resolve at every turn. Thorny bushes snagged at my clothes, and my feet ached from the uneven terrain. But I pressed onward, my spirit unbroken. I knew that true wisdom was not easily attained. It required courage, perseverance, and a willingness to face the unknown.
The Whisperwood deepened, becoming a realm of shadows and whispers. The air grew heavy, thick, with an otherworldly presence. Ilara felt a prickle of unease run down her spine, a sense of being watched by unseen eyes. Yet, she refused to be deterred. She had come too far to turn back now.
The ancient tome had warned of this place, a crossroads where time and reality blurred. It spoke of a being known as the Weaver of Time, a guardian of ancient knowledge and a tester of hearts. I knew that my encounter with this being was inevitable. It was a test I had to pass to prove myself worthy.
As she ventured deeper, the forest floor became carpeted with a soft, glowing moss. The air shimmered with an ethereal light, casting dancing shadows that seemed to writhe and whisper around her. Then, in the midst of a clearing bathed in an otherworldly glow, she saw her.
There she was, the Weaver of Time.
The Weaver of Time sat upon a throne of twisted roots and vines. She appeared as an ancient woman, her face etched with the passage of countless seasons, her eyes twinkling with ancient wisdom and a hint of mischief. Ilara felt a surge of awe and trepidation as she stood before the mystical being. She knew her true test was about to begin. The Weaver of Time regarded Ilara with a gaze that seemed to pierce her very soul. Her voice, when she spoke, was like the rustling of leaves, ancient and filled with untold power.
Welcome, Seeker. You seek the heart of eternity. But tell me, child, what makes you worthy of its wisdom?
Ilara felt a tremor of nervousness, but she stood tall, her gaze steady. She knew this was a test of her heart, not just her knowledge.
I seek wisdom not for power or glory, but to better understand the world and my place within it. I believe that true knowledge should be shared, used to help others and make the world a brighter place.
The Weaver listened intently, her expression unreadable. Then a slow smile spread across her ancient features.
Your words are noble, child, but words are easily spoken. True wisdom lies not just in what you say, but in what you do. Are you willing to be tested?
Ilara didn't hesitate.
I am.
She knew that the path to wisdom was rarely easy. It was paved with challenges and trials designed to test one's resolve and reveal their true nature. She was ready to face whatever the Weaver had in store for her. The Weaver of Time raised her hand, and the clearing around them shimmered and swirled. The air crackled with energy, and Ilara felt a sense of time distorting around her. Images flashed before her eyes, moments from her past, both joyful and painful. She saw herself as a child, filled with wonder and curiosity. She saw moments of kindness she had shared with others, and times when she had fallen short of her own ideals.
The past shapes us, child, but it does not define us. True wisdom lies in learning from our experiences, both good and bad. It lies in embracing empathy and understanding, even for those who may seem different from us.
The images faded, and Ilara found herself back in the clearing, the Weaver still seated before her. But the world felt different now, as if she was seeing it with new eyes. The Weaver's test had not been a physical challenge, but a journey inward, a confrontation with her own past and the values that truly mattered.
I understand.
She realized that true wisdom wasn't just about acquiring knowledge. It was about cultivating empathy, compassion, and a deep understanding of the human experience. It was about using that understanding to make the world a better place. The Weaver of Time smiled, a knowing gleam in her ancient eyes.
You have learned well, child. The heart of eternity is not a prize to be won, but a responsibility to be born. It seeks not those who crave power, but those who understand that true wisdom lies in service to others.
The clearing around them began to shimmer once more, the air growing heavy with anticipation. Ilara felt a tremor of apprehension, but also a surge of excitement. She had passed the Weaver's test, proving her heart was true. Now, it seemed, she was to face the final guardian of the heart of eternity. A low growl rumbled through the clearing, shaking the very ground beneath their feet. The trees parted, and a massive creature emerged from the shadows. It was a wolf, but unlike any Ilara had ever seen, its fur shimmered like moonlight on snow, and its eyes glowed with an otherworldly intelligence. Ilara stood her ground, her heart pounding in her chest. This was no ordinary beast. It was a guardian, a protector of ancient knowledge, and it radiated an aura of power that both awed and terrified her. She knew that she had to approach this encounter with respect and humility. The wolf approached slowly, its gaze fixed on Ilara. She could sense its power, the raw, primal energy that emanated from its very being. But she also sensed something else, a deep wisdom, an ancient knowledge that transcended words. This was no mindless beast, but a creature of profound understanding.
Great Guardian, I have come seeking the heart of eternity, not for personal gain, but to better understand the world and use that knowledge to help others. I believe that true wisdom lies in compassion and service, in using our understanding to make the world a more harmonious place.
The wolf stopped before her, its glowing eyes studying her intently. Ilara met its gaze without flinching, her heart filled with sincerity. She knew that words alone wouldn't sway this creature. It could sense the truth in her heart, the purity of her intentions. The wolf let out a low growl, a rumble that seemed to shake the very essence of Ilara's being. Then, to her surprise, it dipped its head in a gesture of acknowledgement. The air shimmered around them, and a soft light emanated from the wolf's chest. It was the heart of eternity, pulsating with ancient energy. The heart of eternity floated towards Ilara, bathing her in its soft, warm light. She felt a surge of energy, a warmth that spread through her body and settled deep within her soul. It wasn't a feeling of overwhelming power, but rather a sense of profound peace and understanding. It was as if the heart recognized her not just as a worthy seeker, but as a kindred spirit.
Where did it go?
The light faded, and the heart of eternity was gone. Ilara looked up at the wolf, her eyes filled with gratitude and a touch of confusion. She had expected a physical artifact, something tangible, but the heart's true essence was far more profound. The wolf gazed at her with ancient wisdom in its eyes. It nudged her hand gently with its head, and Ilara realized the truth. The heart of eternity hadn't disappeared. It had merged with her, becoming a part of her very being. She was the keeper of its wisdom now, entrusted with its power and its responsibility. Ilara bowed her head in gratitude, understanding the true nature of the gift she had received. The heart of eternity wasn't an object to be possessed, but a force to be channeled. It was a source of wisdom, compassion, and understanding that she now carried within her heart. Her quest had changed her, transforming her from a seeker of knowledge into a vessel of something far greater. Ilara emerged from the Whisperwood, the forest seeming less daunting now, less mysterious. The trees whispered their secrets to her, and the creatures of the wood greeted her like an old friend. She carried the heart of eternity within her, not as a burden, but as a guiding light. She returned to her village, her journey having transformed her in ways she couldn't have imagined.
Ilara, tell us about your adventures.
The villagers gathered around her, eager to hear of her adventures. But Ilara knew that words couldn't fully capture what she had experienced. The wisdom she had gained wasn't something to be spoken, but something to be embodied. She began to share her insights not through lectures or pronouncements, but through quiet acts of kindness and understanding. She listened with an open heart, offering guidance and support to those in need. She taught the children of the village to see the world with curious eyes, to embrace their differences, and to approach life with courage and compassion.
Ilara, you seem different, more serene.
Ilara's stories, filled with wonder and wisdom, captivated the villagers. They recognized the change in her, the aura of serenity and understanding that radiated from her very being. She had found what she sought, not in a distant land or a mystical artifact, but in the depths of her own heart. Ilara lived out her days in the village, a beacon of wisdom and compassion. She never sought power or recognition. Instead, she dedicated her life to sharing the gifts she had received, guiding others on their own journeys of self-discovery. She taught that true wisdom wasn't about possessing all the answers, but about asking the right questions, about approaching life with an open mind and a compassionate heart.
Remember, true wisdom is not about knowing everything, but about being open to learning and growing.
The legend of Ilara, the keeper of the heart of eternity, was passed down through generations. It served as a reminder that the greatest journeys are often inward, and that the most profound wisdom is found not in ancient texts or distant lands, but within the depths of our own hearts. The heart of eternity continued to shine brightly within Ilara, a testament to the transformative power of knowledge, compassion, and the courage to seek truth in all its forms. Her legacy lived on, not in grand monuments or tales of heroism, but in the quiet acts of kindness and understanding that rippled outwards, touching the lives of all those she encountered.
Ilara, your stories have changed my life.
Yes, you have taught us so much.
And so, the tale of the wandering scholar became a cherished part of the village lore, a reminder that true wisdom is a journey, not a destination, and that the greatest treasures are often found in the most unexpected places, within ourselves and within the hearts of those around us.